This goes back to the discrete probabilities from chapter 5. For this one, we're looking at doing the probability distribution for this game. The one thing you have to remember about the games is that if the tickets cost a certain amount, you have to figure that into the outcomes for what is won or lost. So we have a $1 ticket cost to start with. And then when we're doing this, we're also looking at the outcomes from the school's point of view. So if we have these tickets that were first prize winners, the ticket holder can redeem them for $5, which means the school is paying out $5 for each one of those tickets. But for each one of those, they already got $1 from the person who bought the ticket. So their net loss on those tickets is a -$4. And then for those tickets, the probability of having one of those tickets was 0.025. So we can go ahead and fill in the probability box. Then for the second prize tickets, those can be redeemed for $2. So the school got $1 per ticket, they're paying out $2. So their net loss was $1. And then the probability for that was 0.0625. And then last we had some tickets that weren't worth anything. So for those, each of those, the school's net gain was $1 because the person paid $1 for the ticket in the first place. And to figure out the probability for those, remember for a probability distribution, the probabilities have to add up to 1. So if we add 0.025 and 0.0625, that adds up to 0.0875. So we're going to subtract that from 1. That gives us 0.9125. That way these three values add up to 1. So there's our probability distribution. Then we want to find the mean and standard deviation for this distribution. If you want to do it by hand, then you would multiply each value times its probability, and then you would add up those results. So to do it that way, you'd add another column over here, and you'd have -4 times 0.025, and so on. You'd multiply those and then add them up, and that would give you your mean. Now, the only problem with doing it by hand is that it also asks you for the standard deviation.
There is also a way to find the mean and the standard deviation for the probability distribution in Statcrunch. I went out to Statcrunch and opened a blank data editor, and I put in my x values in one column and my probabilities in another column. Then to find the mean and the standard deviation, I'm going to go to Stat, Calculators, and all the way down to the bottom where it says Custom. In the Values inbox, I'm going to put in the column where I have my x values. That's var1 in this case. And the weights are my probabilities. Where it says weights in, I'm going to select my column where I put my probabilities. Then I just click on Compute, and this gives me a probability histogram, but down here notice it also gives me the mean and the standard deviation. That is the mean and the standard deviation for the probability distribution. So that's a really quick and easy way to do this using Statcrunch.
And then for the expected value, remember that the expected value is the same thing as the mean. So this would be 0.75, or in other words, 75 cents per ticket.